Hi, Polyjack here, and today's video is one that I've not done before, but obviously this is an introduction to me to the fantasy game, the FIFA World Cup fantasy, and where my level's at, which to be honest, nowhere near as much as other people that have played this game that are out there on social media, YouTube, X, formerly known as Twitter. Just sort of like, yeah, I've done the FPL last 2 seasons, won my own little mini league I was in, which was only 3 people, so it's not that hard. But the point is, I still won it. Come second last year. Um, do the dream team one, but albeit different rule set where we can't make transfers only after the transfer window has closed and before the next game is played. We can make free transfers at that point, so you've got to pick a team that is going to score you loads of points. Otherwise, you're not going to do well. And then also do the NFL, the American Football Fantasy. I have won my respective league, my random person league, twice. Got to the final 3 times in a row. Won it 2 times in a row, and then lost the final in the third one. Didn't do so well last year in the league that I'm currently in. I come bottom. Although the 2 years before that I was top four, I believe. So I have a bit of experience with fantasy games, but it's just obviously putting all the knowledge to the test and just trying to just do well. And obviously, the FIFA World Cup Fantasy one is played differently from the FPL. Mainly, you've got bonus points here for goals from direct free kick, and you've got scouting bonuses down here. So if your player is less in fewer than 5% of all teams, then you will get a 2 point bonus if they score more than 4 points, which I'm hoping a couple of my players can do that. Um, Goalkeeper themselves, if about the same as the FPL, but obviously if they score a goal, they get 9 points, which you're not going to get many goalkeeper goals unless they're a penalty taker for the team, which off the top of my head, I am not sure. I will probably have to have a look at that at another time, but I'm not too sure. Defenders, they get 7 points for a goal scored, which is why I've gone for Van Dijk because he has scored a few goals for Liverpool. And so obviously, and I think he may have scored a goal. I forgot. No, oh, that's the wrong one. Of course, reopen last closed tab. All I wanted to do was see the Netherlands. There we are. Never works well when you want it to. Yeah, Van Dijk has scored 2 goals in 8 matches. So again, that's not a bad shout for him. Maybe worth it. Obviously, he should keep a clean sheet. They got Japan, Sweden, Tunisia. You'd think they'd at least get a clean sheet or two out of all of that. But obviously, I'll take you through my team as it is at the moment. Now, this isn't set. Obviously, you've got the squads finalised by June 2nd. Then you've got your friendlies where if any injuries occur, obviously they'll have a knock on effect. And then obviously you may feel like a player was playing in them friendlies and didn't do as well as you expect. So this is just a generalised sort of overview of where I'm going at. And if I butcher some of these names, I do apologise in advance because I just no good with names, to be honest. I really am not. But I've obviously gone Simone in goal for Spain. Again, Cabo Verde, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay. Raya may get the nod to start, but I don't think so. It's in the obviously all the way to qualify. He's been the goalkeeper they've relied on, so you'd think they'd stick with him. You'd expect them to get at least 2 clean sheets out of this lot. Obviously, Neuer in goal. I've picked him for Germany. He's just backup, but again, he has a favourable matchup. Curacao, Ivory Coast, Ecuador. Not a bad shout either. It's difficult to choose between the two, but again, it all depends on how they play in their respective friendlies. Yeah, in defence, Rudiger, again, Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, Ecuador. You shouldn't expect them to concede many goals at all there. Van Dijk, I've already touched on. I've got him for his scoring factor. He may concede a goal. I can't see more than two, so right, he loses the clean sheet. But I'm hoping it outweighs it with potential goals scored, which will be clean if he keeps a clean sheet and scores a goal. Bonus 12 points altogether. But if he concedes a goal but scores a goal himself, you're still a positive +2 plus whatever he plays. So That's really what I'm banking on with him. O'Reilly, he's had a good season with City, England, Croatia, Ghana, Panama. Might be a bit of a gamble. Who knows? And Otamendi, bit of a gamble as well. I don't know whether he'll play too much. I mean, let's have a look at Argentina. Otamendi, he has started 17 out of 17. He's got 3 goals as well. So again, it's more of a case of if Argentina score, hopefully they don't concede many, but Algeria, Austria, and Jordan, you'd think they would keep 3 clean sheets. And if Otamendi gets a few goals in there as well, even better. Um, Neves, difficult. Wanting to go some from Portugal side mainly because Congo, Uzbekistan, Colombia. Didn't want to go Ronaldo. Just don't feel confident that he'll perform on the big stage. May be wrong, and if I'm proven wrong, feel free to clip this. I don't really, it's just one of them things. I'm just not going to back Ronaldo. Kubo, he's a bit of a gamble. He scored 4 goals, 8 assists, I believe, in Japan's lead up qualifier and all that. Selected by 1% of all teams, so he will benefit from the +2 if he does well, which I think he may do. Japan have been a formidable side. I'm going to take a gamble on him. If other people do or not, I don't know, but he may be worth a gamble. Rafinha, again, I just want a Brazilian player in here again because Morocco, Haiti, Scotland. Difficult to really pick from the Brazil side. You look at who what their qualifying was, and it's sort of like Rafinha was the best out of them. 13 matches played, 12 starts, 5 goals, 2 assists. You look at this list and there's no one there that's sort of like you could maybe take a gamble on one or two. I don't think Vinicius Junior is going to do too well. Bit of a rough season at Real Madrid. Who knows where his head's at? So yeah, it's just sort of like Rafinha was the one I decided to go for at the Brazilian side. Salah, not 100% settled on him yet. Belgium, New Zealand, Iran. Belgium's the harder game out of the 3. You'd expect to do well against the other 2, but it's Salah. Will his head be in it? Will it not? This is what we'll see. Obviously, I believe Egypt have a couple of friendlies coming up, like every other team usually does. Let's have a look. Yep, Russia, Brazil. Get you a rough idea of where his head's at potentially. Up front, I've gone Kane. Bit of a no-brainer for me. I've never really particularly been a fan of the way Kane plays, but going into England's last tournament, he carried an injury knock. Southgate decided to carry on playing him for the full game, which stupid move. Obviously, as hindsight's a great thing, but he is an Asian player, but he has had a relatively injury-free stint at Bayern Munich. He has had injuries, but he's also scored many goals. The game is probably better suited for his capabilities right now, and he's done well. And Croatia's probably the harder game. Ghana's always a bit of a difficult game. Panama, you should see Kane score a few goals. You'd think 1 or 2 in the group stages at least. And Bolo, obviously Switzerland, Qatar, Bosnia, Canada. Um, you'd expect him to score a few goals there, maybe. He's been one of their bigger goal scorers, I believe. When you look at the Switzerland qualifying, where's he in Bolo? Yeah, 4 goals in 6 games, the most out of in the last 6 qualifying period. Again, it's just a case of waiting to see. They got Jordan, Australia. You'd think if he can score a couple of goals past them 2 teams, then he should do well in the group stages, at least of the World Cup. And on my bench, now I've already touched. Bardakul, sorry if I butchered that. Bit of a wild card, Australia, Paraguay, USA. But Turkey have been a reasonably strong side against them when you look at their sort of like qualifying record. They beat Georgia, lost to Spain, Bulgaria, Georgia, Bulgaria, and then drew with Spain. Then they had to win the World Cup qualifying, Romania, Kosovo. They got 2 friendlies. Be rough, good to see where they sit. And obviously, I've gone for him because as a defender. He's got an assist, but he seems to be relatively solid. One yellow card, and unfortunately, you need them players that don't cost as much either to fill out your team. So he may be a bit of a wild card. Walter Marde, he's been the one that scored the most goals in the qualifying for Germany. He's not particularly had a great season at Newcastle. He's shown signs, but overall, it's difficult to tell. But again, see where they qualify, see where I mean, their friendlies are against Finland and the US. So again, you roughly see where they stand. And Gordon, I've only picked him on the basis of Barcelona signing him. He'll want to do well in front of the world to justify the move. Whether you can justify the move to Barcelona and Newcastle have had, by their standards, an abysmal season. Whether you know Gordon does well or not, I don't know. Again, it's a case of waiting to see their friendlies, see where they go. But yeah, that's sort of like I will revisit this team probably when the squads have all definitely been finalised by the 2nd of June. Then you've also got their friendlies, which I'll try and see if I can watch a few of them, see the players I'm looking at, any other players I may be looking at, see where they stand, just have an idea of roughly where it all is. Obviously, I will probably create a league for anyone that watches this video to join. I know it's at the end of it. If you're still watching this video, thanks for watching, sticking with me this far. I will put a league in the comments below or the description. I haven't decided yet, wherever's easier, just to sort of for anyone to join, and just see where you stand. Doesn't matter whether you're new to the game, whether you're a veteran adder, we just want to have a bit of fun. It doesn't matter. That's all this is about. See how it goes this time, and then see how it goes towards the FPL. See whether we can do a more competitive one where there might be prizes on the line. Who knows? Just see how this one goes. But yeah, obviously feel free to like and subscribe. Any comments about my team, feel free to comment. Whether you think it's a crap team, great team, a few changes needed, what your ideas would be, whether you got where your hidden gems are, anything really, just feel free to put it in the comments and really just go from there and just like and subscribe, and thank you for your support. And hopefully my next video you'll be here for to watch as well, where hopefully that'll be more finalised on my squad really. And ideally, I like to think it wouldn't change much from this, but who knows? It's the world of football. Injuries happen, especially when we're going to the US, where it could be difficult. Obviously, if anyone watches the NFL, there have been quite a few injuries last NFL season. Obviously, a few games in Mexico and Canada, which will help. Any games played in the US will always come with a bit of a sort of feel to them where could someone get injured? Maybe, hopefully, no one gets injured, but we'll see as the tournament goes on. But yeah, thank you for watching my video, and have a great day, evening, night, wherever time of day is when you're watching this. Thank you for your support. Goodbye.